You're welcome to this video. Here we want to learn how to create formulas and freeze pan in Excel. Now, this is part of Excel where most people get scared, why most people pick interest as well at this part, creating formulas. So we're going to see what we can do from this. In creating formulas, we're going to use three methods. We're going to use the simple method, the cell reference method, and the point and click. This is what I mean. Simple method, cell reference, and point and click. So let's go back to our Excel sheet. Now, for example, we're given a problem like this to solve. Here we have total cost $75, square feet 250. I want to find the painting cost per square feet. Okay, if it costs $75 to paint 250 square feet, so how much is per square feet? How much does it cost to paint a square feet? So what we can do is we want to solve this and put the answer here. Now there's something you have to know in Excel. Before creating formula or solving any question, you have to start with the equal sign. Is what I mean. First, let me zoom this place. You must start every calculation with an equal sign. So what I do first is to type my equal sign. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to type my 75, and I type like this. Then I put the slash, the backward slash sign. Then I put 250. Then the last thing I'm going to do here is to hit on enter on my keyboard, and that is done. So we have solved this question using by just imputing the figures, even though they are there on the screen. Now let's try another method. This time we're going to use cell reference. And what is cell reference? Every cell, like this for example, is an intersection of a column and a row. So the cell reference is the address of every cell. So for this cell, the address is F3, which is this. While for this cell, the address is C11. So let's use that to solve our next problem. Here it says budget for June and budget for July, total budget. So what we're going to do is to find the total, which means we're going to add. So let's do that quickly. Like I said, begin every calculation with an equal sign. So I put the equal sign first. Then what I'm going to do is, this cell is F3. I'm going to type it in my keyboard, F3. Then I'm going to press the plus sign on my keyboard, and the next cell is F4. I type that as well, and I'm done. So when I hit enter, that's my result. So I just calculated this by typing the cell reference or cell address of the figures. Now let me undo this. Now let me show you how to do calculate using point and click. Let's now look at point and click. So I start with my person as usual. I point on F3 and click on it, and that's the address there. So I put my plus sign, then I point on and click on the second value, and I say enter. And that is how to use point and click. When pointing and clicking, you point on the cells and the reference or the address will be entered for you. So I believe that one was clear. Now, how do I edit a formula or calculation? Now let's assume I made a mistake here. Or before we go to that, now it might interest you to know that changing the value of one of these will recalculate my total budget. For example, if I change this 700 to 1,000, watch what's going to happen to my result. So to accept this change, I have to click on enter on my keyboard and look at and see the total budget has been recalculated. If I change this one as well to maybe something like 5,000 and I hit enter on my keyboard, this will be recalculated. So Excel is really intelligent. Now, assuming I want to edit my formula or my calculations, how do I do that? I simply click on where I put the formulas. I simply click on where I have my results or where I have the formula. Then go to the formula bar. Now this is F4. I want to change F4 with, let's say, C10. Okay, so this is what I do. I come here and I type C10 and I say enter, and then I have a new result. So this is how to edit your cell or the formula you have imputed. Now let's go to the next section. How to rename a worksheet. To rename a worksheet, you can just right click on that worksheet at the bottom here and choose rename. So let's click on rename, for example. Then I can impute anything I feel I want to change to, and I say enter and it stays. So here also you can do so many things. You can delete the worksheet. For example, you have like 3 worksheets here. You can decide to delete this. You can as well decide to insert a worksheet. Now you can color the tab. For example, I want to color this worksheet. Come here, choose red, and the worksheet now has color. I can decide to hide. Then come back here, I unhide. It's asking me which sheet do I want to unhide. Sheet 3 I hid, so I have to click. In case I hid more than one worksheet, I have to choose the one I want to unhide and say OK. So there's so many things I can do here. I can select all worksheets. They are all selected. I can copy a worksheet like this. Copy and move. Then let's do copy first. Now when I click on create a copy, I have to choose where want the new copy to be. Should it be at the end? Okay. If I say okay, then sheet 3 has been copied or duplicated and placed at the end. Okay. Now if I come back there and say copy and move, copy and move. Now if I want to move, I can say move before sheet 3. When I say okay, the sheet 3 here now moves before this second sheet created. So there are basically things we can do from here. Now let's look at another thing. Grouping a worksheet. I can click on this worksheet, hold enter on my keyboard, click on the next, click on next, click on next. So I have selected the 4 worksheets. Then when I right click, I'm going to have something here. Clicking on all these worksheets actually groups them. So when I say ungroup, they are now ungrouped. They are now separate. Now let's look at freeze and unfreeze worksheet row and columns. Now imagine I have a table like this. The moment I scroll down, the title of this table is hidden. So for me to retain this title while I scroll down, I have to freeze the title. To do that, this is what I do. I want to freeze row 1, 2, and 3. So I select row 4. Then I go to View, the tab, and I click on Freeze Spans. Now if you look very well, there's an imaginary line here. So the moment I scroll down, I still have the title of my table available. Now, how do I remove this? I simply go back to freeze and I say unfreeze. Now that is freezing along the rows. Now how do we freeze along the column? Now for instance, I want column 1 or column A and B available. I have to click on this, then go back to freeze span and say freeze span. Now what happens? The moment I scroll, okay, I needed something here to now you can see this is column A and this is E. So A, B, C, D is hidden under A. So this is, I can now scroll with the mouse pointer to the other side of my document while the first column is still showing, and I can come back using the directional button on my keyboard. So to remove this freeze along the column, I have to come back here and say unfreeze, and my document is back to normal. So thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.